Welcome to Keondre and Frank's podcast. I'm Keondre,
I'm Frank.
and this is the show where we give you the news on movies and TV shows, and occasionally video games and comics. Um, we're a little bit late on this.
Little bit. I
Yeah,
think I said we were supposed to do this. What? September? October?
are we thinking about the same thing?
The second episode
Second episode.
of the podcast. You idiot.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're definitely late on the podcast. I was talking about the Spider-Man trailer
Oh
because
shit!
I'm
I didn't
trying
know
to,
we were jumping
I'm
right
trying to
in.
stick in the topic. Yeah, but yeah, it's been a while since we've recorded a podcast, and we've been meaning to, but time conflictions and whatnot. But we're gonna make up for that because I have a deep trailer analysis on
Dun, dun.
Spider-Man: Homecoming. I'm gonna break down both the international and the American trailer because there are some differences between both the trailers or some different footage and whatnot. But we're gonna get into some smaller news before we save that because the most of the podcast is going to take up that Spider-Man time. So we're going to go into some small news. We're going to start with DC. And um what should we start with? I feel like we should get into let's just get the elephant out of the room. It's been confirmed and announced by DC and Warner Brothers that we are in fact getting both a Gotham City Sirens movie and a Deadshot movie. The Gotham City Sirens movie, which we will talk about first, is actually there's actually a lot of news actually around this one that just came out recently. Actually, all within like the same week. Well, one of them is a rumor, one of them is confirmed. So basically, the Gotham City Sirens movie is basically a Harley Quinn movie. I mean, yeah, granted, Catwoman and Poison Ivy will be in it, but this is mainly just going to be a Harley Quinn movie. Much how I thought, even though I liked Suicide Squad, I thought it was mainly just a Harley Quinn movie. Like some people say, oh, well, it's like Mad Love, except it's done in a movie. It's like no, that's just a straight up Harley Quinn movie. The main focus is practically her. She pretty much stops. If I'm correct, doesn't she stab Enchantress in the chest at the end of the movie, like with the sword?
I think so.
Yeah, because like the sword's in front of
It,
Enchantress, and she's like, "Oh, well, I just lost my pudding. Can you bring him back?" And she goes and stabs her in the fucking chest with a sword.
has been a while since I've seen it, but that's gonna change after Christmas because Blu-ray.
Yeah, Blu-ray. But so basically, it's basically just gonna be the Harley Quinn movie. It's gonna be Harley Quinn with additional cast. The Gotham City Sirens. I'm not too familiar with them, but I guess the team is Poison Ivy and Catwoman and Harley, and they're their own little thing, I guess. I am gonna pitch an idea though for what I would pitch for the movie, but I would like to get into the confirmation that David Ayer is in fact gonna come back to direct. I'm pretty sure he's directing it, right? He said he's gonna direct it.
I haven't seen like the only thing. There's only two things that I noticed two things I seen. One of them was a rumor, a very stupid rumor.
Is this the Megan Fox one?
No, not Megan Fox.
Okay.
Um,
What's the rumor that you heard?
Catwoman from
Oh, Anne Hathaway,
yes,
yeah, wants to come back as Catwoman. Yeah, which I don't think fits in this DCEU universe because I'm just like, first of all, I think in my opinion
we
that
already
if you're
got the fact that those three movies are not canon to this,
yeah, and that's another thing too.
and that's not
like,
going to help with.
yeah, and it's like
bullshit.
it's gonna throw people off and be like, oh well, I mean, I thought this wasn't in the Nolan universe. Why is Anne Hathaway playing the Nolan universe Catwoman?
Yet again, DC could always just pull the bullshit of it's a multiverse. How is it not gonna? How is someone not gonna look the same?
Well, explain Christian Bale and Ben Affleck then if that's gonna be the case. But
There could
I
be
know
differences.
you mean, yeah. It's like people are like, oh yeah, well it's like Ezra Miller's Flash with Grant Gustin's Flash. They both look different, but they're both the same Barry. And I'm just in my head like, no, the fuck, no, like, I'm sorry, but it doesn't work that way.
Different type of multiverse.
Yeah, but I don't think. Obviously, they're not gonna do Anne Hathaway as Catwoman, and I would much like. And someone said this in a comment of a Facebook section, like comment section. They were like, "Well, the thing that sucked about Anne Hathaway as Catwoman is the fact that she wasn't like the acrobatic Catwoman and was like a master thief. She was just a regular like thief. She just robbed people and that was it. She didn't really do much. And I'm seeing my head like yeah, I hated The Dark Knight Rises and I barely remember that movie because I hate Batman. I'm more of a Robin and Joker fan. Um than I am like a. Or here's the thing: I don't hate the character of Batman, like the persona of Batman. I just hate Bruce Wayne. Like I don't like Bruce Wayne for some odd reason. Like I'll read a Dick Grayson Batman. I would dig that. I would read a Jason Todd that kills everyone Batman. I would read a Damian Wayne Batman, which is rumored to be coming a game soon for the next. Oh, you didn't know about that, did you?
What the fuck?
There's rumors that I forget what company is doing it, but one of the companies that did, I think the company that did Arkham Origins is doing a Damian Wayne Batman Beyond style Batman game where he's Batman and you have Old Man Bruce.
I'm intrigued.
I'm
But
actually
I don't know.
yeah, like I'm kind of into it, but I mean personally, my opinion, I would much rather a Superman game get made, but I understand because Batman sells and Superman games don't really sell because
They have a bad reputation.
yeah, there's not
Yeah, again,
really
so did
been...
Batman before the Arkham games.
Oh yeah, I guess that's
Well,
right.
at least that's what they say. I don't know.
Yeah, true. But yeah, but keep in mind though, I don't know if people expect it because keep in mind we were young when the first Arkham game came out. I remember going into a GameStop and seeing that because back in the days of early GameStop, you were able to play games inside there if you were there long enough. And on the PlayStation 3, oh my god, I think PlayStation 3 had just come out at the time, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not really up to date on consoles or whatnot. But I think PS3 had just come out at the time, and Arkham Asylum was the first game in the Arkham series, and
Correct.
yeah, and that's what was playing on there, and I was just like, this is pretty cool. Because at the time, I was a Batman fan when I was younger. Batman and Spider-Man were my two favorite characters. But over time, I was just like, oh, I kind of fucking hate this guy. Like I loved Batman Begins as a kid when that came out. I was like, oh, I love Batman Begins. It's so cool. And then over time, I'm like, oh, I don't like Bruce Wayne.
It came out in 2009.
And when the PS3 come out,
I want to say 2008. Let me look it up.
I remember one of the first games that came out for PS3, or at least the first game that I had for PS3 was the first Assassin's Creed game.
PS3 came out in 2006.
Oh my god, we're way off. But
Yet again, I didn't keep track of new consoles that came out until the
Neither
Xbox
did I.
360 because of my cousins.
Oh yeah, oh my god, when I was a kid, I was a huge Xbox kid when I was younger. I had the original Xbox, and one of
Same.
the first games I had for it was oh my god, I'm afraid to say this. Actually, no, I actually did have Batman Begins for the original Xbox when that came out, and I thought that was pretty cool. But the one game that I had the most that I loved,
I'm afraid.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
I should have expected this because I remember your love for that game. When
Everyone
we were,
hates
like,
that.
6.
Everyone hates that game. And I recently went back and watched the Game Grumps video, the first video they did of the game. And I'm like, this game is kind of bad gameplay wise, but story wise and cinematically, like the cutscenes, especially the opening cutscene music video thing. I was into that. I was like, oh yeah, I can kind of dig this. And then there's like this one when I was younger, I didn't understand this, but because I didn't understand how guns really worked. And there was like this shot in like the music video trailer before the title card comes up, and it's Sonic just like falling down on the ground and shadows behind him with a gun in his hand. I'm like, did Sonic die or what?
Oh, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah, this isn't Shadow the Hedgehog, but and I also
For
had.
some- it's late right now. For some reason, my head went to Sonic Unleashed.
I loved Sonic Unleashed. I thought that was cool because I was like, oh my god, it's Sonic as a werewolf. This is the coolest thing.
Well,
Werehog.
yeah.
We didn't. Yeah. Actually, speaking of Sonic. Oh, wait, no, never mind because I don't know if I have my information right
We're
on that.
way off topic right now.
Yeah, how we sidetracked from Gotham
Because we
City.
were had to bring up
Oh, we were talking about Anne Hathaway, Catwoman, and then we were talking about
Damien.
Damian Wayne Batman game. But
I would rather Flashpoint slash New 52 Earth 2 Thomas Wayne Batman game.
oh, that would be cool. But that wouldn't that just be like wouldn't that just be Arkham Origins? I mean, just the only thing.
I don't. I didn't.
How about we just do a straight up Flashpoint game in that world like that? I know not many people will buy that because not many people be like, "Oh, Flash game, yeah." There was supposed to be a Flash game actually, and there's actually gameplay footage of it, and it's like you're literally just running fast.
It's funny because well, actually, there was multiple Flash games that were out.
I didn't know that. I only knew about the one that I saw.
There's one on, I want to say Game Boy Color.
That wouldn't surprise me though, because every game got a game for the Game Boy. Oh, jeez, how about that for a tongue twister?
But I actually wrote my idea for a Flash video game, and it revolves around Wally West Flash. Actually,
We'll pitch this idea because we're just gonna be pitching ideas for shit this whole entire episode, basically.
it's been a while since I looked at it though.
Well, if you find any factoids about it, you can just come back to it. But all right, going back
Maybe
to
another podcast.
yeah, well, going back to the regular news though, I feel like casting wise for Catwoman in the DCEU, a lot of people say Selma Hayek because how close she is in age to Ben Affleck. But every time I think of Selma Hayek and Ben Affleck, I think Muse and Bartleby and Loki from Dogma.
Why?
So that every time I think of Selma Hayek and Ben Affleck, I think of that, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be so weird though, seeing them like kiss and potentially make love in a Batman movie. But Ben has come out and said, oh yeah, I'm in no rush to put Catwoman in a movie, and she's definitely not gonna be in this movie.
Well, hey, at least you won't be talking about Jason post-sex.
Oh, don't bring up that book. Oh my god, stop. You know I hate that book. Why was that book made? There was no relevance for that book to be made.
For those that don't know
my
what we're
God.
talking about, Dark Knight: The Last Crusade.
Oh my god, they fucked over Jason so bad. It's like, oh, let me just casually bring up Jason every time I have sex with Catwoman. Oh, jeez. Okay, let's just finish this. Okay, so we do have a rumor, and one is that Megan Fox is rumored to be playing Poison Ivy, which looks wise, I buy it. She kind of looks like Poison Ivy. Looks more like Poison Ivy than Uma Thurman, sure as hell. But
Uma Thurman.
Uma Thurman kind of looks more like Mira, Aquaman's wife, than she
Yeah.
did Poison Ivy.
Either way, I'd bang.
Oh my god.
Well,
Yeah.
everyone agrees to that.
I'm gonna pitch an idea for this movie. And this is how I would do this movie. Since you have a trio, I would say a villain from the go up against is another trio. So what's one thing in Suicide Squad about Harley Quinn that everyone pointed out? The fact that she killed Jason Todd. Well, she helped kill Jason Todd. I'm pitching, what if Red Hood and the Outlaws were the villain of this movie? And it's Jason being just coming back from the dead, or at least just finally finishing training on becoming the Red Hood, and he's like, well, now I want to go after the woman that helped kill the Joker. And I'd be like, well, the Joker's nowhere to be found in this story, so Jason can't go after a Joker. He has to go to Harley first to get information as to where the Joker is. Because at the end of Suicide
You
Squad...
said kill the Joker, by the way.
What happened?
You accidentally said kill the Joker.
What, that Jason wants to kill him?
You said find the person that helped kill the Joker.
Oh, wait. Oh, my God. I'm sorry. No. Fixing my mistake. Jason is like, oh, I wanna kill the Joker, but I have to find Harley in order to find out where he is. So he has to go and get the help of Starfire and Roy Harper, aka Arsenal, Speedy, Red Arrow, whatever the fuck you want to call him. And he's like, oh, I need your help because I want to take down this team, and I can't do it alone. So he's all like...
I mean, it's not like we're going to be seeing Red Arrow in the TV show for a while.
Well, I mean, they'd still be able to do him in the TV show probably even after, but yeah, I do agree with you. He's not going to come back anytime soon. Unless they bring in a different, like, person to don the red suit. But Thea's kind of coming back to Red Arrow. Speedy, whatever she calls herself.
But I mean, Roy.
Yeah,
himself.
Roy's not coming back anytime soon, no. And I was pissed because the 100th episode had him as a fucking hologram instead of, like, actually being there. And I'm like, I get it because this is, like, what if Oliver didn't become the Green Arrow, so he would have never met Roy and nor would have Thea. So I kind of understand why Roy wasn't there at the wedding or whatever. But, I'd be like, oh, well, it's like a trio against a trio right there. So it's like, you know, you have Jason and, like, the Outlaws going up against the Sirens. So it's like, that's how I would do it. And I don't know how I would have it end. My thing for a Justice League end credit scene would have been, since Deathstroke is supposed to be in the movie, is like, Jason turns his back on Bruce and then gives Deathstroke information on who Batman is. And he's all like, oh, just so you know, Deathstroke, don't kill him because I want a piece of him. And that'd be the fucking sequel to the Batman movie. It'd be like Batman, the Red Hood, or some shit like that, Under the Red Hood. Because everyone wanted that movie. They were like, oh, do Under the Red Hood because they've been foreshadowing Jason, like, a lot. Yeah, they've been foreshadowing Jason a lot.
I don't think they ever said how long it's been since Jason's dead.
I think they said like 15 years.
Really?
I think they said 15 years he's been dead.
Okay,
Or something
so
like that.
wow.
Yeah, wait. I'm trying to think. 'Cause I remember seeing something that they like said how long it's been since he's been dead. I think I don't know. It's in that range though. It's in that range. I definitely know that 'cause I remember seeing something. But then you have to establish how long he's been back from the dead and how he did. If anything, they're gonna go off the New 52 like storyline that Talia al Ghul goes and throws him in the pit, and like that's how he like that's the New 52 origin, right?
It's the Always origin.
No, because he came back to life because Superboy Prime fucking punched a hole in reality, and then that's how he came back to life originally, post Crisis. Oh no, pre.
No, post.
Oh, it was post?
Because Red Hood wasn't. He wasn't even dead by the time of Crisis.
Oh yeah, wait, I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking of.
I think it was just a later retcon that it was all like. It was the Lazarus Pit, and yet again, it might be a post Crisis, not Crisis on Infinite Earths, but Infinite Crisis maybe.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I always get like the post crisis and pre crisis shit like all mixed up. But I don't. That's what I would do for a story, but that's just me. That's just the fact that I want to see Red Hood in like this universe so bad. No, I don't want him as Shia LaBeouf. But at the same time, I kind of do. Because just like I feel, because after that Just Do It, Dawn of Justice parody trailer, I was like, he kind of would fit the bill for Jason in this world because how angry Shia LaBeouf is. So I'm just like, maybe I'll think about it. I'll sleep on that idea of Shia LaBeouf as Red Hood.
I can't get used to Shia's like beard. I'm so used to seeing like his babyish
his
face
baby
from
face,
like Eagle Eye.
Eagle Eye, like more like Even Stevens.
Yes.
You know, I just found out the other day. I was listening to a podcast. I forgot what podcast I was listening to.
Well, most definitely wasn't ours.
And it was like apparently there was who was the director? Who was the director? Some director was supposed to do Holes as like he was gonna direct Holes, but he was gonna do it as a post-apocalyptic movie. And I'm like, that does not fit for Holes. Like the whole idea.
I don't think I've ever seen Holes. In all honesty,
I hate it. I hate it so much. Every time it was on Disney Channel when I was younger, I was like, oh, do I really have to watch this movie? Like, the only thing I know about the movie is the fact that the kid's name is Zero. Not really Zero. His nickname is Zero. and he doesn't talk at all, and he doesn't know how to write his name or some
Okay,
shit like
character's name
that.
Zero. I just think of Mega Man. Specifically, Mega Man X, I think, right?
I think Mega
Yes.
Man X is Zero. Yeah.
Yes, it is Mega Man X.
I just know.
I didn't know if he appeared in the
Yeah.
regular Mega Man series either.
I just know Zero because of his solo game that he got later on, the
Yeah.
Zero game, which I love. Like that's like I don't really like Mega Man all that much, but that is my favorite Mega Man game.
I could only play Mega Man X. I don't know why.
I don't know. I
I
mean,
mean, I like 2.
hmm
And like the rest of them is just like pretty much copies of 2 with just added abilities. But
yeah. All right, but moving away from that one, we're gonna move on to a movie that no one asked for. Like no one asked for this movie at all. Like I'm gonna rant about this movie. It's the Deadshot movie with
to
Will
be honest, I
Smith.
prefer El Diablo.
You would rather an El Diablo movie? He wasn't even really. He didn't really do shit.
His character interests me. That's why I want it. Cause he didn't do shit. I want it.
You got his whole entire backstory in Suicide
I
Squad.
know, but still, it's just I like the character. Okay.
I don't know. Like I was into that whole "oh, I'm a giant fire demon" type thing. I was into that, but I'm just like I really don't care for this character. Like he's like, oh man, he's like, I'm not gonna lose another family after I just lost one before. It's like, dude, you knew these people for like a fucking hour. What do you mean you're not gonna lose another family? Like I understand people bond over time, but you're telling me you bonded within the span of like an hour or two? No, it doesn't work that way, man. I'm sorry, but it's like, would I like to see his character come back? Yeah. Would I rather him have his own solo movie? No, because I don't think there's anything there for that character.
Okay. So, all right, back to you ranting about.
Okay. We did not ask for a Deadshot movie. I didn't ask for Will Smith to be Deadshot. I didn't like that he was Deadshot. His performance was okay. I didn't like the fact they're making like Deadshot. Oh, I'm a street urban black guy. They could have made like, oh, I'm just a mercenary for hire and this and that. They didn't have to go and make Deadshot comedic because Deadshot was never really comedic. Like watching Arrow, like season 1, I was like, okay, Deadshot's not really comedic. Yeah, he cracks like a one-liner here and there, but it's like besides that, he's just all business. Like he's not like, oh, Darnell can't come when my daughter is having a meeting with me or some shit like that. When I have a custody meeting with my daughter. It's just like I'm like, what is the relevance in that? Like they were just trying to make Deadshot like this. Oh, I'm hip and this and that, and I'm like, no, it's just oh, it's Will Smith doing Will Smith. Yeah, that's the problem. It's Will Smith doing Will Smith. Like I don't like that. Like the also I'm pissed that he didn't wear the mask the majority of the movie. He's like, oh, when I wear this mask, people die, and I'm just like, oh, so you're not gonna wear for the majority of the movie?
You're a fucking mercenary. Why do you care?
Exactly. Like he's paid to kill people, and even if not, I'm pretty sure he still would kill people. So it's like, it's just like, it's not even so much Will Smith. It's just the fact that no one asked for this movie. No one wants this movie to get made. The only people that are gonna see it are people that saw Suicide Squad who were just casual fans too. Like I suddenly came to the realization that not many comic book fans, especially the Suicide Squad, cared for this movie. It was just casual people that are just like, oh, well, this is a Harley Quinn movie, the Joker's in it. Oh, and who's oh, Will Smith. Let's go see this movie. Other than that, it's like it's just casual moviegoers. It's not people that are like, oh, I love the source material. It's just casual fans that are like, oh, I like Will Smith and I love Harley Quinn and the Joker. Let me go see this movie. That's where most of their ticket sales came from. Like, I feel like there was a better movie there. Like, I like the movie, but I feel like there was a better movie there that had to be told. Like, there was a better story. But that's just me.
That was
I don't
most
know.
likely cut out, but you know.
We'll find out when we have the extra 10 minutes or 7 minutes, some shit like that.
13.
13 minutes, there you go. But moving on from DC, I think, because I don't really remember much DC news. Besides, there was some Aquaman stuff that was shown recently for Justice League. Oh, actually, no. Night Owl from Watchmen, the actor, is not supposed to. He is confirmed to be playing Ocean Master in the Aquaman movie. So they have their villain. Ocean Master is Aquaman's half brother, and I guess he's gonna be the main villain.
So I guess we're gonna save Black Manta for another time.
Or they'll pull like a two villains in one movie type thing. I don't know. I don't know.
Black Manta's the only Aquaman villain I really know.
Maybe they'll build him up like Baron Modo from Doctor Strange. They'll save him for the sequel for him to be the villain Ocean Master. Because I feel like you want to build up. Here's the thing that I have with, or here's the problem I had with Doctor Strange. I know originally in comics continuity, I don't know much about Doctor Strange, but I'm pretty sure that Baron Modo was not buddies with Doctor Strange at first. I'm pretty sure he was just straight. I want to kill every single sorcerer.
I think that's how it was.
But I was just like, build up this relationship organically, like Malfoy and Harry Potter. It's like, yeah, they both hate each other, but over time, they hate each other even more. But it's like, build up this brotherhood between Modo and Strange. Build it up so that in the sequel, he turns his back on Strange and goes, okay, well, I want to kill you because I want to kill all sorcerers. And Strange is just like, how do I defeat a guy who I've been so close with, who's practically like a brother and best friend to me? How do I do this to him? How do I go and fight him and potentially have to kill him or defeat him or take his magic away? It's like, I would have liked that if you built up that like relationship organically. And I'm gonna save this for the Spider-Man talk because I'm gonna pitch how they can do that in this new Spider-Man universe. I'm gonna pitch that, but it's like build up the relationship between Ocean Master and Aquaman. Like they're half brothers. They're gonna butt heads from time to time, but later on the sequel or the third movie, depending on how good Aquaman is, over time it's just like he turns his back on Arthur and it's just like I gotta take you down because I want to be. I don't know what Ocean Master's idea, like his whole. I don't know what his damage is. I'm not familiar with the character because I'm not really too familiar with Aquaman. But I mean, there's that. I mean, that's all I pretty much have to say about Aquaman. I mean, that's pretty much all we got. I know there was a Justice League thing that was released earlier today about Batman's mask, his armored mask. Now it's a little bit tweaked out. I don't know. I mean, that's that. Nothing big or major.
I have something when we get to Star Wars news.
Okay.
I just saw it.
We might be going on to that now because there's not really that much. Trying to think. I'm not sure if there's anything else new in the world of news. Okay, I gotta cut this dead air.
Okay. All right. Let's just go right to the Star Wars stuff. All right. Rogue One actor has a sequel option in their contract.
So is it one of the main actors, or is it?
I'm waiting for the article to load, but that's like the headline.
Well, why are we waiting for that to load? I actually want to tell you guys a story of something that I heard that is actually confirmed. Josh Trank, the guy who directed the worst Fantastic Four movie ever made, and possibly the worst
that the sequel was supposed to come out next year.
Sequel's not happening anymore, supposedly. I don't know. That's supposedly.
That's why I said supposed to. Was supposed to.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out. I think next year. Yeah, but Josh Trank was tagged on to direct the Boba Fett movie. That was supposed to come out in some time. It's I forgot how it was supposed to, but then they canceled it for reasons I forgot. I was listening to this on a podcast the other day. He was supposed to do the movie, but I think because of Fantastic Four, they dropped the movie. And they were like, oh, well, let's not have him do it because he fucked up Fantastic Four so bad. But it's also not his fault. It's also Fox's fault because they wanted to push a movie out right away. And they didn't really give him much creative control like they did with Tim Miller with Deadpool. And I guess that's what he possibly wanted to go with. Like, he wanted more creative freedom for Fantastic Four. But, I don't know. It's like, I feel like he probably could have done a good Fantastic Four movie if given the right tools and more creative freedom. But we'll only hear what he had to say. And that what he had to say was that he was treated like shit on set. And from other actors, he treated them like shit on set. Like he tried to pick fights with Miles Teller, trying to get Miles Teller to throw the first punch on set, but neither one of them threw the first punch. And apparently, he was always drunk on set, and he had his rowdy.
Well, the final result shows that.
Yeah, it does actually. Because that movie is fucking garbage. I can't stand that movie. I only seen that movie one time.
The actress is Felicity Jones.
Oh, the main chick. Okay, yeah.
But apparently, Lucasfilm's president Kathleen Kennedy has reiterated that this is a one and done project, that no sequels incoming. So,
well, here's the thing, and I said this to someone earlier on today too. There's already a Rogue One sequel, A New Hope.
Exactly.
That's basically what Rogue One, like what the Rogue One sequel is. Like there was this meme that I saw today, and everyone's like, "Oh, well, here's the whole entire Star Wars timeline. Here's just except they're all somewhat sequels to Rogue One. There's like Phantom Menace is like Rogue 1.5 or some shit like that, so on and so forth. It's like they were just like doing it. I forgot the picture, but I'm just like, there's already a Rogue One sequel, and that's A New Hope. Like, you don't need a Rogue One sequel. Like, if you want a movie with the same characters, they could possibly do that. And now with this thing right here, with this Felicity Jones chick, how she might be getting a sequel, I feel like in my mind she might, and I don't think, and someone said this too, I do think that Rey is a relative to Obi-Wan. Some people are saying that he's Obi-Wan's granddaughter, in which I do buy that. But I'm like, in my head, I'm just like, if she's gonna be the daughter of Luke, she's gonna be the daughter of Luke and this chick. I haven't seen Rogue One yet. I don't know what goes on. I wish that they did Sebastian Stan as a young Luke Skywalker, like New Hope Luke Skywalker, because he does kind of look like a young Mark Hamill. Or they could have did a CGI like off in the distance Mark Hamill Luke Skywalker, and she could have been all like, oh, who's that? And that's like, oh, that's Luke Skywalker. He's the son of Darth Vader. He's like, oh, Darth Vader. I had a run-in with that guy recently. But no, like there's already a sequel to Rogue One. It's A New Hope. That's what you need. You don't need a sequel. But if you want to see the same characters, maybe they'll do an anthology movie or a prequel, and they'll add in those characters. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
It's funny to say that.
Yeah, people were pitching that. They were shipping that. They're like, oh, what if she meets Luke and they have a kid and that's Rey?
But okay, back to the only other Star Wars thing that we originally had.
Yes. Darth Vader standalone R-rated film. No one is asking for that.
I have a feeling this is just comicbook.com just pulling shit out of their ass.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I haven't seen the movie yet. I don't know how Darth Vader is how he's gonna act in this movie. I don't know what his whole deal is going to be. Most likely it's going to be, oh, well, I need to get those plans back, and I need you to go and get them for me, because it said there's no lightsabers in this movie, like, at all. Like, no one uses a lightsaber. I don't think Darth Vader really has that much screen time. Like, I think they said that he's much like Spider-Man in Civil War. He only has, like, 30 minutes of screen time. So I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, I guess that's that. Beggars can't be choosers, so I'm not going to get much of him in this movie. It said that there's supposed to be an end credit scene. And in my mind, I'm thinking, what if we see a young Han Solo? Because the next movie in the movies we're supposed to be getting is Han Solo, I think. Either that or it's supposed to be Episode 8. I'm not sure. 8. Episode 8 we're getting first before Han Solo?
I'm pretty sure. Because, I mean, Episode 8 did just finish filming, so...
Oh, I heard that recently it's, I think, Kathleen Kennedy or whatever said that it's going to be a while until we get a Episode 8 trailer. Which, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Because, like, I tried to stay away from Star Wars spoilers when Force Awakens came out. Like, all I watched was that first teaser trailer, and that was it. Like, every time a TV spot came on, closed my eyes and blocked my ears and just made as much noise as I can so I didn't have to hear
I
anything.
remember.
And I know people were like, well, even if you watched the trailers that they showed, you weren't really spoiled. But we were kind of spoiled on Reddit when someone was like, oh yeah, Han Solo dies in the movie, and no one wanted to believe it, but it happened, so. Sometimes you can trust Reddit, and sometimes you can't.
Like the 50-50 challenge.
Don't know what that is.
Boy, you're gonna go through some shit after this.
Oh, jeez. Alright, so.
Not some, like, meat spin type shit. Probably not,
Oh,
but...
jeez. We do actually have some recent X-Men stuff that we could talk about.
Oh, I actually scrolled past something. Where is it? Where
Well,
is it? I just seen it.
Is it that Hugh Jackman took a pay cut just so that?
Oh, not that, but that's good to talk about. Actually, I liked that.
Yeah. I know that there's an X-Men. The next X-Men movie is supposed to be filming this spring. I think it is. I'm not sure. I don't know if no one saw it. Well, no, people did see it, but we didn't see it. I saw a concept art, and it was from a animated cinematic for the New Mutants movie, and it's pretty much a giant bear. And it's the team fighting a giant bear, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. Because when are we ever gonna see a group of teenagers with mutant powers fighting a giant bear? I'm down for it. I'm down for it. They got my ticket.
Here's the article. Jennifer Lawrence wants Mystique in Guardians of the Galaxy.
No! Speaking of which, actually, let's talk about Guardians after this. After I rant about how I fucking hate Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique. First of all, let's just get something straight. I never cared for the character of Mystique to begin with.
I agree.
When I was watching X-Men Evolution as a kid, I was into Mystique because she was pretty cool. And when you found out that she was Nightcrawler's mother, I was like, oh, holy shit, that's pretty cool. But other than that, don't care for Mystique. Don't care for the character. I'm sick of Jennifer Lawrence. I think she's completely overrated now. I was like in love with her back in the days of Hunger Games. I was in love with her. But besides that, don't care for Jennifer Lawrence or care for Mystique. So, there you go. And I pitched you my X-Men in the Marvel Universe idea. Just gonna leave it at that. You know, no, I'm gonna pitch the podcast listeners this idea too.
All right. What, like all 4 views?
True, but I just took a sip of my drink, so you know I'm serious about this. I'm gonna go on about this. Okay. I'm going to talk about. Oh wait, we got sidetracked on the Darth Vader thing. We didn't even talk about that at all. Let's go back to that first.
Well, it was just comicbook.com pulling shit out of their ass. So.
Yeah, but we're also going to talk about why we don't need it. I said the reason why we don't need it is the fact that do you really want to see a Star Wars movie where Darth Vader is like, oh, I'm going to send in 2 stormtroopers to go into a house and shoot a couple in the back of their heads with a fucking laser gun. And it's just like, I'm going to go off and slaughter a bunch of kids again. Because, I didn't slaughter enough kids when I was Anakin Skywalker. So. What are you going to say? So there's
I
not
thought it
that
would have been cool if they find some, like... Right, it's obvious that Order 66 sucks because Obi-Wan, Yoda, Ahsoka, and a couple others. Few Jedis are still around.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, Luke's not special. I mean, yes, he's most likely the chosen one, but...
Well, I think... I don't know, you're talking about in The Force Awakens, like, after The Force Awakens? I think Luke is the only Jedi
No, I'm
that's
talking,
left.
like, new... Like, I'm thinking, like, a Darth Vader film would be, like, even pre-Rogue One. So it's like, they find some other, like, somehow still alive Jedi, and I would love to... And, like, because they're supposed to be dead, instead of having stormtroopers kill them, he kills them.
See, now how I would do a
In a nice lightsaber battle.
I want to see...
I mean, like, I want to see a Darth Vader film. Don't get me wrong, just not
Yeah,
R-rated.
no, I do. Like, once, after Force Awakens came out, I was just like, they have to do a Darth Vader solo film. They have to do it. It's not even a question. And then, I forgot what it was, but someone told me, they're like, well, Episode 3 was basically the Darth Vader standalone movie. And I'm like, no, he was only Darth Vader for, like...
10 minutes?
Yeah. And he just screams, no!
Well, technically... Well, the Darth Vader that we know, in the costume Darth Vader, he's like that for, like, a little bit. But he calls himself Darth Vader at the last act of the film.
Huh.
Because, like, right after, Mace Windu flies out the window, that's when he officially becomes a Sith, because Palpatine.
Yeah.
And he's like, you shall now be known as Darth Vader. And so that's when he's considered Darth Vader from then on out. But he doesn't get into the costume until, like, the last 10 seconds.
I kind of feel bad for Anakin, though, because he got fucked over so bad in the Star Wars universe. Like, that kid was fucked since birth. He was a slave practically his whole life, gets taken away, goes and becomes a Jedi.
Can I be honest?
What?
I liked Hayden Christensen as... Hear me out.
Oh, jeez.
He just wasn't directed properly.
Keep in mind that he wasn't... I don't think he was really in much before Star Wars. His career began and ended with Star Wars.
Yes. But, I mean, like, look, if you look at him when he's not speaking, especially specifically in Revenge of the Sith, he looks fucking menacing. That...
Oh, what, in Revenge of the Sith?
Like, everything about him, it's like, that's how I would imagine Anakin.
Yeah, he does.
But it's just he wasn't directed properly when it came to the emotional parts. Like, granted, the dialogue sucked to begin with.
Oh, yeah, like,
but
like in
it wasn't his fault, really. Yeah. It's just that he wasn't directed properly, etc.
It's like in episode 2 where he comes in and where he just got back and he's like, his mom died. He's like, I slaughtered them like animals. All the men and children and women.
Again, how the fuck are you supposed to play that scene off?
True. I don't know. I don't know how
I'm just going to add once again. Well, I never say it here on the podcast, but you're going to hear this again. Attack of the Clones would have been a good film if the Anakin X Padme shit was cut out.
Yeah, I could have done without that whole, let's go on a getaway. Because
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It's just when the Anakin Padme shit came on, that's why I'm like, fuck.
Well, apparently episode 2 is the longest Star Wars movie. Because how much it drags on. I don't know. I could have
sworn episode 3.
No. Because I remember episode 3 being a lot shorter. I'm telling you, I think episode 2 was the longer movie. He is currently pulling out the Star Wars Blu-ray Steelbooks.
Fuck, it doesn't say the runtime. Asshole.
Let us know in the comments if you, which one you know, if anyone's actually listening. I know, but I think because you have that whole Obi-Wan story, that right there could have been its own solo movie. Mm-hmm. That could have been a side story. It could have been like, oh, well, here's what Obi-Wan was doing during the events of episode 2, and here's an Obi-Wan movie right here. It is said that there is supposed to be an Obi-Wan movie coming, a solo one with Ewan McGregor, which I'd be perfectly fine with. I'm fine with that, because I actually liked Obi-Wan in those movies. He was the only redeeming part of that movie besides the lightsaber battles and the music scores. Like, someone said this on a podcast, too. They're like, you know you're fucked when you go to a party and
Oh, fuck, you're right.
Yeah.
By 2 minutes.
Well, that's fine. But, someone said, you know you're fucked when you're at a party and you see Jake Lloyd and Hayden Christensen drinking together. And it's just like, oh, I remember Star Wars, now it fucked up my career. Yeah, I remember that, and Jingle All the Way almost revived my career. But, you know what? Fuck Star Wars. kind of feel bad for that kid because he probably didn't even go on to do much after that. I don't think he did go on to do much.
This doesn't say Force Awakens runtime.
Well, either way, I think I'm right. But I mean, like I said, I don't know how I feel about an R-rated. Like I said, merchandising too. Darth Vader is very profitable to kids that are into Star Wars.
Yeah.
So it's like, you think a parent's gonna take their kid to go see an R-rated Darth Vader solo movie? And it's like Darth Vader goes and stabs. Like, first of all, you already have motherfuckers stabbing each other in the Star Wars universe, and you see it on screen. Like, you see them stabbing each other in, like, the chest and whatnot. Because, if I'm correct... Oh, wait. Did someone get stabbed in the chest in the Star Wars universe? Like, on screen?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure someone got stabbed in the chest.
I am 100... I am, like, 90% sure.
And keep in mind, Mace Windu got his hand chopped off. Luke got his hand chopped off by his father, no less. Count Dooku got his head sliced off. We didn't see that on screen, but we know that it happened. Anakin gets his hand chopped off. Gets his hand and his legs chopped off. Like, the Star Wars universe is already violent as it is. It doesn't need to be more violent than it is. Like, it's just like... But like I said, Disney isn't going to lose sleep if this movie is R-rated and they lose money. They're just going to be like, oh, well, whatever, we'll do episode 9. There you go.
See, Star Wars used to be an event. There would be a group of sequels, blank amount of time, then another group. Then there was that blank amount of time, episode 7 came out.
Yeah.
It was an event. Something that was special, but now that Disney has the rights, it's gonna just be fucked over and it's like sequel every year now. To be honest, I don't like that. I mean, I love the Star Wars franchise.
It's not just sequels, it's just a Star Wars movie in general. Like, they're talking about anthology movies, prequels, the previous movies, and I would like to see an Emperor Palpatine movie. I would like to see a Count Dooku movie.
Because, alright, funny you bring up Palpatine, because, you know the Dark Plagueis the Wise bullshit that he goes on episode 3? He says how he taught his apprentice that. He was the apprentice of Darth Plagueis.
Yeah, but here's
so he killed Darth Plagueis. He tries pulling it as if it's some long time ago shit, but no, it was like 5 years ago.
That's just, yeah, but having that, it's just gonna fuel people's more theories on Snoke is
People already tried saying it was.
Yeah, it's just gonna fuel their like theory more. You'd be like, oh well, here's in the movie right here they hinted that he's Snoke and that he's gonna be Snoke in the future. Someone said that Mace Windu was gonna be Snoke. I was like, no. I was like, first of all, Snoke is like clearly an alien white dude. He's not a black guy. And
the cousin of Voldemort.
He does look a lot like Voldemort, doesn't he? Yeah. Alright, but that's it for Star Wars news, but we are going to stick in the Marvel world, because, I mean, Disney owns Marvel and Star Wars, obviously. But, we're going to get into some Marvel news, and I'm going to go in-depth, and I'm going to pitch some ideas and my theories for Spider-Man Homecoming.
Rip.
Yeah, this is gonna get pretty lengthy. Okay, first of all, let me just break down the trailer. So
Wait, hold on. Is that a big ass spider on my wall over there?
No, that is a nail.
Oh, because the way the shadow is, and it looked like it was moving. I'm like, oh, it was a spider.
Hey, it's relevant though. But all right, so recently on Jimmy Kimmel, we got the American version of the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer. We have the American and we have the international one. I'm more of a fan of the high school one, which is the more high school centric one, because that's the main reason why I was so hyped for this movie, is the fact that Spider-Man in high school, and he's in high school for the majority of the movie, which is great. Like, that's what I want. I want that in a Spider-Man movie.
Here's the thing. Everyone forgets that Gwen Stacy and Mary Jane didn't come until his college years.
College years, yeah. Which people are like, oh, is this girl in the trailer Gwen?
By people, you mean comicbook.com because they have
No, not even just them. Like,
Really?
there's a lot of people online
people bitch
saying...
at comicbook.com about it, but people actually think of that?
Some people are like, oh, this might be Gwen Stacy. Dude, keep in mind, they fucked over the continuity of Gwen Stacy, Mary Jane numerous times in, like, the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield universe.
Believe me, I know this.
Now, that's one thing, though, that the Raimi movies got right, though, is that they made Gwen be introduced in his college years, yeah. Because Gwen was never a character until Spider-Man 3. Well, she's obviously been a character, but she wasn't a character in the Raimi universe up until Peter got into college in Spider-Man 3. So that's one thing that the Raimi trilogy got right about the main continuity. Other than that, put Mary Jane in high school because, oh, yep, you gotta have that there. They couldn't just made, oh, he's just some nerd in high school. And apparently Liz Allen is in Spider-Man 1, the Raimi trilogy. Because you know when Peter gets on the bus and she's the girl that goes, don't think about it. She's the nerdy girl with the glasses or some shit like that. Yeah, that looks nothing like Liz Allen. I'm like, I'm sorry, but isn't Liz Allen supposed to be hot? Because I'm just going off of Ultimate Spider-Man and what I read when I was reading it. And as far as my knowledge goes, Liz Allen was supposed to be pretty hot. This chick did not look hot because apparently in the novelization, they use the same quote and they said that's Liz Allen. So I don't know. Supposedly that's Liz Allen in the Raimi universe. I don't know, maybe she goes up and becomes hotter after high school. I don't know. What Garfield's trilogy got wrong is the fact that they did kind of do the same thing with the Raimi trilogy, where they did put one of the love interests in high school, but they saved the other one for college. And that was actually wait. No, I think about it. Garfield's Spider-Man didn't even consider college or anything like that. He was just like, graduated high school. Oh, what's that? Bitch and moan over Gwen the majority of the movie? Yeah, sure, let's do that. Electro? Who cares? Let me go waste all my web fluid on the fucking bridge and tell Gwen that I love her. Aw, jeez. Oh, they fucked that movie up so bad. Oh my god. Terrible Spider-Man movie. I don't know what I hate more, that or 3.
3.
You hate 3 more?
Yeah.
I don't know. Visually, Amazing Spider-Man 2 wins.
Yes.
Storytelling-wise, I do think that 3 wins, but I'd rather neither.
Alright. I can't really bitch much about 3, because how much he was rushed.
Raimi?
Yeah, to write that. How much Sony was on his ass about it. Only for it to backflop in their face.
I don't really focus too much on the early days of Spider-Man, but I feel like it was a rights issue. Because over time, if you don't use the characters for a certain amount of time, make a movie about them, the rights do get, like, I think, go back to the original owner.
It wasn't even that. It's just they wanted a sequel out.
Oh, okay.
And they're all like, you have to have this in the movie and that. And he's all like, I wanted to do this. Oh, just find a way to pull it all in. And they pretty much rushed him. And then that's how we got the Spider-Man 3 we know.
That's not good. That movie's not good. But hey, like I said before, be glad that those 2 movies were shit. Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3. Because otherwise we wouldn't have Spider-Man Homecoming coming.
If I'm correct, it was they were the ones that wanted Venom and New Goblin. He wanted to do Sandman.
Oh, okay, yeah. I would have been just fine with just Sandman, to be honest, because he was actually the only, like, one of the only redeeming parts about that movie. And the Butler. Harry's Butler is pretty cool.
You mean rip off Alfred?
Yeah, the poor man's Alfred. No, like I didn't mind the Butler. He was actually pretty good in that movie. He was all like, "Oh, when I was cleaning his wounds, the cuts were from the glider."
You could have said this a few movies back.
Yeah, seriously. But I'm gonna go into depth on these trailers though.
Yeah, the thing we were supposed to be doing.
Confirmed that Vulture is the main villain, but also,
fucking love that bridge scene.
there's two there's two characters that may be the Shocker, but also
Shocker
not.
and Tinkerer.
No, that's not the Tinkerer.
It's
Apparently,
not?
no. Yeah. That's just some other guy that's using a gun that looks like one of the Tinkerer was making before. One person pointed this out too. I think it was Mr. Sunday Movies that pointed this out.
Well, I know Tinkerer is supposed to be in the movie. So
Yeah, he's confirmed to be in the movie, but the actor that in that shot, that's not the actor that was confirmed to be Tinkerer.
Oh wait. And we forgot a certain group of confirmed villains. The Avengers.
Yeah, the Avengers have turned their back on Spider-Man. And they turn their back on New York and the world, and they're just like, they're robbing banks now with high tech.
And Thor randomly pulls out his fucking helmet for some reason.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Can we just point out that visually this probably looks like it's visually going to be the best Marvel movie?
Yes.
Because how good the colors look and everything. Like, when the bank robbers using that gun and there was that purple ultraviolet light, I loved that light so much.
Everything about the trailer.
It's just great. Like, the color scheme is great. Because there was this guy that made this video before saying, oh, Marvel movies are just bland now and they don't do much with their color schemes. And I'm like, look, he's kind of right. When it comes to color, Marvel doesn't really do much of a good job, but they're sure as a hell of a lot better than DC with their coloring. But
especially Man of Steel.
Yeah, but I do agree with him on some points that Marvel movies don't really look as good as they could be. But I feel like Spider-Man and Guardians 2 are going to fix that.
Yeah. We can't say anything about Ragnarok yet because nothing.
I don't know. All we got was that poster a while ago with...
Well, yeah, and we can also include Doctor Strange into this because that did change pretty much.
Oh my god, Doctor Strange was... I don't know how I feel about that. I think I have to go. I'm thinking I have to go back and watch that again and see how I feel about it. Storytelling wise, I think
watch it again. I'll wait for the Blu-ray.
I think I kind of like it more than Ant-Man. I don't know, and I liked Ant-Man a lot. And Ant-Man's the one Marvel movie that I've gone back and watched the most actually. Just the fact that I laugh at the jokes a lot more.
I want to say Cap 1 is when I went back and watched the most.
I love Winter Soldier. That's a good one.
Winter Soldier's my favorite.
Yeah, but with visually, it does look great. Spider-Man: Homecoming, like it just looks so full of light and everything's so visually good. But yeah, that guy is not the Tinkerer though. It's confirmed that's not the Tinkerer because I think that's not the same actor that they confirmed for the Tinkerer role. But because since both are wearing a jackets that have the weird quilt looking shoulders, like the yellow shoulders, people are like, not shoulders, arm thing. People are like, oh, well, maybe there's two Shockers and they're working with the Vulture because they're all using tech that looks the same. And people are someone said theory like, oh, well, maybe the Tinkerer is selling these weapons to these guys and that he's funding them or whatever. And I'm like,
well, we all know the Tinkerer made the Vulture suit.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. But speaking of Vulture, what do you think of his suit?
For the MCU, I like it.
It's kind of cliche for the MCU because of course he's gonna have a robotic looking suit. I probably would prefer it if he did have the old school feathery green costume and
Wasn't
he was
there
a
also
bald
a red
man.
costume?
In Spectacular Spider-Man, yes. Which I would have been down for, but I understand they want to go OG with this movie.
No, I mean, in the comics, a red costume.
Oh, possibly. I don't know about comics, but I know in Spectacular Spider-Man he has a black and red suit. And it's very tech-based. It's more Spider-Man Homecoming than the original Vulture suit. Which this whole entire movie feels like a Spectacular Spider-Man movie. This feels like a love letter to Spectacular Spider-Man. Because, visually, looks like Spectacular Spider-Man. The cast looks like... And one thing, too, and I do hate this, too, the Ned Lead / gank thing. I hate it so much. It's you couldn't just get a white or half Asian actor who... And, I don't want to say this about the guy's weight, but if this kid is going to play Hobgoblin in the future, he needs to lose some serious weight. I know it could be done, but I'm just and I feel like such a dick for saying this too. I really do. But And here's my thing too. When I was saying about Doctor Strange, Moto and Strange, you have your chance now, Marvel. Build up this friendship and then have it crumble upon them when they both realize that they have to battle each other. Because, like, these two are best friends. This guy's basically Peter's only friend. Build up that relationship and make it like, oh, well, Ned, my best friend, is now one of my greatest enemies, and now I have to fight him now. How do I go about doing this? Do that with Peter and Ned. Build that up so that it's, like, good for the audience and good tension. Because he's supposed to have 3 or 4 movies. You have to do something there. Like, everyone keeps saying we're getting Carnage. Sure, whatever. But I do want to see that Ned Leeds Hobgoblin thing going on. Like, I want to see that. That's what I want to see. One thing, though, that I do want to... Like, I'm curious about, too, is... I know Zendaya's character is said to be Michelle, but I wonder what her damage is, though, because she's so weird. Like, I did not expect her to look like that in the movie. And it's like, yeah, I guess. I mean, she's in there. Like, I really don't care. One thing, though, they didn't show, I'm actually surprised by this, they didn't show any homecoming stuff, like, because there is a homecoming dance that happens in the movie. So I'm actually very curious as to why we haven't seen anything like that. We got some... Okay, and here's where people are going to fucking crucify the hell out of me. I'm sick of Tony Stark in the MCU already. Just kill him off.
They said that they're going to start dwindling him down, actually.
Good. Just make him as a cameo. Like, I'm really curious as to how much Iron Man is going to be in this movie.
I did like the whole, I'm not giving you a hug. I'm just
It's
I'm trying to show affection, but I'm afraid.
Well, someone said, I think it was CompaCast 2, Armin, he said this. What if he's putting the spider tracker on him as he's doing that and being like, oh yeah, like he's gonna secretly keep tabs on him like he did before in Civil War. And I'm just like, I can see that.
I could buy it.
Well, oh wait, because and I'm actually one of my cosplay ideas. I want to do, my version, not really my version. I want to do a Miles Morales version of the homemade Peter Parker suit in Civil War they uses, because in both trailers you see Peter in that costume again, and he's in action and he's fighting like villains and shit. So some people are like,
I want to
maybe
see if that's a flashback.
I don't think it's a flashback. I think something happens with the suit that he gets from Tony, and he's like, well, shit, now I have to revert back to my old costume now.
Oh, shit, that's...
Yeah. Like, I feel like... Because I feel like he's not getting those web wings until the end of the movie. I don't know why. I just feel like it's not gonna be... It's either gonna be midway through the movie, or it's gonna be at the end of the movie that we're gonna see him with the web wings.
Somehow the costume of Civil War is gonna get ruined. He has to revert back to the old costume. And then... Tony is all like, okay, here's an upgrade. And then, bam, web wings.
Yeah. And I'm just like...
Web pits, web
wings, yeah. But, he goes back to his old costume, and I'm just... Now, the thing with the Spider Tracer, I feel like, what if they do a thing where it's like, he finds out about the spider tracker or whatever, and he's all like, I can't trust you. He's like, I thought I could trust you. And there you have that comic book Civil War rift that caused Tony and Peter to like break ties with each other, because in the story,
I knew I should have picked Steve's side.
Yeah, but I feel that's a little bit too far fetched. One thing I do want to point out though, and this is about the suit too. Actually, this is we're on the topic of the suit. Remember the part where, like, he's crawling on the ceiling in Ned's room, and Ned drops the Lego Death Star, and he goes, oh, you're Spider-Man, and then he taps his chest, he taps the logo, and the suit, like, breaks down and becomes baggy on him? Well, one, I feel like that's a callback to behind the scenes of Civil War, because there was a story that, when they had to make a prototype suit for the stunt double for Tom Holland, when like, for the big action set pieces, because Tom Holland does most of his stunts, but he doesn't do the big ones because they don't want him to get seriously injured. So they had a suit made, and Tom Holland was like, oh, well, I want a suit too, and the suit was too big on him, and it was like, so, like, yeah, it was baggy on him, and they had to go make another suit that fit him. So I'm like, oh, I wonder if that's a callback to the behind the scenes stuff of Civil War. And so he taps on the chest, and the suit breaks down. In Superior Spider-Man, he has the logo. He can like hold it down and do different modes on his suit. So I'm like, what if down the road that's like an upgrade in his suit? And I'm just like, that's just me as a Superior Spider-Man fan going.
What if that's how he pulls out the web wings? Actually,
I that wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. Actually, one thing about that team too, that like scene when he's on the Washington Monument or whatever, the fucking guys in the airplane are about to get ready to snipe him. Yeah,
I know.
they're about to get ready to snipe him from the fucking helicopter, and I'm like, oh my god, just like Cap, they're trying to kill a teenager. And I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? What is up with the MCU wanting to kill young teenager superheroes? I'm like, oh my god, Power Pack better watch their back if they ever come to the MCU. Um, but I do like that aspect, but that's just me as a Superior Spider-Man fan going, I see what they did there with the logo, because the logo was never really interacted before, I think, until Superior.
I don't know.
Yeah. But
maybe they do that in the new Amazing Spider-Man run because Peter's all like, you know what, that's a good idea. Which would explain why it glows.
no, maybe. Which I don't really like that. I don't like the fact the logo glows.
If any of you who are reading the new series, if I'm wrong, tell me. I don't know.
One thing though about the trailer is that I wonder what Vulture's role is going to be in terms of Peter's life or whatever. Because you do see a Michael, like, you do hear his voice not in the Vulture costume, I'm going to assume. And he's like, oh, well, you better watch your back because I'll kill you and everyone you love. And I wonder if that's him talking to Peter, or if that's just him talking to some person off screen. Because I don't think we see him say it exactly to Peter or anyone else for that matter.
It's just audio that plays in.
Yeah, I think it's just audio, yeah. I feel like, and someone said this idea too.
I just swear that we actually see him talk, not to someone, but I think we see him talking in one trailer.
Yeah, no, he says, he's like, oh, the world's changed, boys. It's about time we do too. Which is why I think those two guys are both the Shocker and they're working with him. Because who else would he be talking to besides those two guys? Oh, also Donald Glover's in the trailer too. And no one knows who his character is because his character does not do anything. He just stands next to the guy who you thought was a tanker. And because some people are saying he might be Prowler, Miles' uncle, who looks like a purple version of Deadpool. And people are like, oh, what if he's an arms dealer and he's dealing those for Tinkerer to the Vulture and the other guys? I'm like, okay, I buy that. And how I would pitch Miles in this universe is have him in the same age range as Peter and all the other guys. But how I would pitch him getting his spider powers, I would have him get his spider powers around the same time as Peter, but a little bit later, like a month or two later. And how I would pitch this is that the Prowler was trying to get this spider from Oscorp. I'm gonna pitch that's Oscorp that has the spiders. I think in all the continuities it's been Oscorp that had the spider. So I'm gonna pitch it like he was pretending to be an Oscorp like worker, like trying to get that spider. Kids coming on a field trip. Peter gets bitten. He tries to get the remains of the spider. What happens? Because I'll make it like someone steps on the spider. He takes the spider, takes it back to his place as soon as he can, tries to recreate what's going on with the spider, creates a different type of serum or whatever, and then Miles is all like, oh, I got bit by a spider or something like that. Or
See, if anything, I would like to think of Miles as like a few years later.
I know a lot of people are like that, but if I'm going to do Miles in the MCU, I would have him around the same age range. So the fact you can have two Spider-Men play off each other, because there was that, you can have one as Spider-Man and one as Spider-Boy, because there was that whole Spider-Boy line in Civil War that I loved. And I was like, that's a callback to that one time Spider-Man and Superboy merged together, and they created Spider-Boy.
Wait, there's a Spider-Boy god?
Yeah, when Tony Stark's like, oh, you're this crime-fighting Spiderling, you're Spider-Boy. Yeah. And I was like, I wonder if they had to get approval from DC to use that, because I know that it does involve Superboy in a way. But, I would do like have Miles be called Spider Boy and have like Peter be called Spider Man, and then the sequel people would be like, oh, which one is this? Is this Spider Boy or Spider Man? And Spider Man would be all like, no, I'm Spider Man, and the other guy is Spider Boy. Look, I will like that.
Darker suit is Spider Boy. Then he gets the alien suit.
Yeah, imagine how fucked up that'd be when the alien suit comes. I'm gonna wrap this up though because we are already in like an hour.
Yes, we went very in depth with this.
Look, I just wanted to point out
down
some
to the
aspects.
last little freckle.
If we did this a little bit earlier and we didn't sidetrack on Star Wars shit or whatever,
I forgot my watch was on me.
Yeah, this would have been talk would have been a lot longer.
11:55. Wow.
Okay, well, let me correct myself. This isn't gonna be a deep, in-depth analysis. It's just gonna be like a things we noticed or whatever. So, any closing arguments? Are you hyped for this?
I like how we just barely went. Like how you barely. No, you didn't even comment about what I said about the Thor mask.
Oh,
with the helmet.
Well, someone was like, "Oh, well, there's their continuity error right there because Thor is never seen on Earth with that helmet." And someone was like, they said like, "Well, gods are written and illustrated in books. Maybe they just took into consideration that Thor wore a helmet and that's what it looked like." And they're like, "There you go." Yeah, so I mean, there's that. I mean, are you hyped for this movie?
Yes
or no? Yeah, I think it's probably my favorite Marvel movie. But that's just me as a Spider-Man fan going, yeah.
Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel character, so yeah.
Yeah. I'm hyped for it. Well, since we do have a little bit of time, actually, let's talk Guardians trailer, since we brought that up earlier. Did you watch the Guardians 2 trailer?
Yes.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Don't say you loved Baby Groot.
Why?
That's what Marvel's trying to do. They're trying to rip your money out of your pockets. I'm not gonna fall for your tricks, Marvel. I'm sorry. Like Baby Groot's cute, but I'm not falling for it. I'm not buying I'm not buying any Baby Groot merchandise.
I didn't say I was gonna buy Baby Groot merchandise.
Yeah, but they're trying to rip your money out of your wallet.
I did love it.
Yeah, he's cute. Yeah, he is cute, but I'm not gonna fall for it. I'm not gonna buy any merchandise from you, Marvel. Not any Baby Groot merchandise.
No.
I do, like I said, visually looks great. I think it looks better than the first movie, which is insane because the first movie was great. It looks good. It does. Like, I think Marvel's just improving more and more. I'm really interested to see how the dynamic is going to be, though, with Baby Groot and, like, the Guardians. I wonder if Yondu is going to be a permanent Guardian or if he's just helping out like he did in the first movie, like, towards the end of the movie. But we'll just have to wait and see.
I wonder if you'll get another troll.
Yeah, I just remembered that when he put the thing inside the ball, yeah. Alright, that's also a hype movie. So, yeah.
You could care less about Ragnarok?
It's alright. I mean, I wasn't a fan of... I kind of like Thor: The Dark World at times. Like, there was like, that Captain America, like, little cameo. Yes. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's definitely playing with the universe right there.
I really love the first one, in all honesty.
It's alright. I mean, if you were asking which one I'd rather watch... This is, I'm not, like, a huge Thor fan. I think I would rather say... Thor: The Dark World, I think I'd rather watch because visually I like it better. Because I do like them being on Asgard a lot.
Yeah.
Because I do like that. Yeah, but yeah. I mean, with some future to come. There's some. I mean, we did miss a lot of news. I know, but this is just trying to give you guys something because we haven't uploaded in like forever. So don't hate us for this episode being out of place. Normally, we are trying to write scripts out ahead of time, so we have, not scripts, but outlines. We're trying to get those situated ahead of time so we don't really have to worry about it as much. But
I was about to say next week, that would be a complete lie. Whenever
yeah, because Christmas, and I have to work on Christmas. So.
Whenever the next episode is, it's going to be a lot better. A lot back to how we used to podcast.
Ah, yes. But, yeah, any closing arguments or things you want to say?
No.
Okay. Well, let us know in the comments if anyone was actually listening to which Marvel movie you are hyped for the most. Guardians, Logan, which we didn't say, but he took a pay cut for Logan to make it R-rated.
Well, we kind of brought it up.
We brought it up, but we didn't really talk about it. But I mean, I feel like Logan is gonna be pretty cool. I am hyped for it though. I feel like I will cry though because it's Hugh Jackman's last performance as Wolverine. So I don't know. I didn't pitch my X-Men idea either. I was pretty upset about that. But let us know if you're hyped for whatever Marvel movie for futures to come. Also, let us know, are you hyped for the Deadshot movie? Are you excited for the Gotham City Sirens movie? Who would you cast as Catwoman or Poison Ivy? And who, not who, but who would you want to be the main villain of that movie? And how would you want that story to unfold in the movie? Let us know in the comments. Alright, see you later, guys. Stay awesome.